Now, a shocking new study has found that almost a quarter of kids aged 10 and 11 in England are obese, which NHS England say is a ticking health time bomb, which, I mean, it obviously is. So, if nothing changes, childhood obesity will cost society £8.7 billion in lifelong healthcare costs. But, of course, the big concern is the impact it has on the individual. So, the child becomes more at risk to illnesses like type 2 diabetes, to cancer, to mental health issues. There's a lot on the line here. So why aren't parents doing more? You know, when you see a child that is absolutely massive, where is he or she getting that food from? Who's giving it to them? More often than not, it's the parents, isn't it? Tonight, I'm asking, are severely overweight kids the victims of child abuse? Let me know your thoughts. Email me, gbviews@gbnews.com, or tweet me at gbnews. While you're there, go and take part in our poll. I'll bring you the results very shortly. But now, we've been joined by none other than the former Shameless actress Tina Malone and the Green Goddess Diana Moran. Both of you, thank you very much. Great to have you on the show. Tina, I will start with you. Do you think it's child abuse when you see really, really, really overweight kids aged about 10 or 11?
I think it's obscene to say that about a child and about the parents of a child. We're living in critical times. Things have got worse over the last 10, 20 years. People, mostly in poverty and deprivation, tend to have the larger children. And if you look at something like, for example, this bar of chocolate compared to this strawberry, compare the price. The most expensive item is the strawberry. So where are the incentives as acknowledgement of help? Most people eat, and I know, being a fat bird for 18 years, most people overeat, and I was morbidly and clinically overweight, obese, morbidly obese. And I've lost 12 stone, 4 pounds. Obviously, I used a tool. I used gastric band. But the thing is, you cannot put parents in that category. People are impoverished, in deprivation. Okay. I mean, how much more are we going to throw at the working classes?
I'll come back to you, Tina.
Encourage them to spend less in takeaways and more on fresh fruit. But then again, give them better wages.
All right, Tina, I'm going to come back to you. We've got time to come back to you. Diana, I'll bring you in now. Green Goddess, where are you on this then? You know, there is a school of thought that does say that when really young children are morbidly obese, that is the fault of the parents.
Well, I do think that the parents have got an awful lot to answer for. I mean, let's be careful here. Let's be cautious. There is, of course, a genetic inheritance. There could be hormonal reasons, and they could, of course, be on medications. But apart from all that, my observation is that children these days aren't being as active as children used to be. It's not being encouraged in schools as much as it was. All the PT that we did regularly every day, and then all those after-school activities, which was competition and also keeping a child's body strong and safe. We haven't got that incentive anymore, and that worries me that the parents aren't encouraging their children to do that. Instead, they're allowing their children to either go up to their bedrooms in the corner of a room, stuck in front of their mobile phone all the time, and they're not moving their bodies. And I worry for the future, because this is going to cost this country one hell of a lot of money, and those children aren't going to be fit enough to work.
Okay.
That's what really...
Well, that's
like
true.
you said,
That's true. I mean, these are the
Patrick.
benefits getters of the future, Tina, aren't they? And I understand what you were saying about the price of food, right? And that is an argument that's wheeled out. But it doesn't cost anything to make a kid do a few sit-ups, does it?
To cook. Yeah, but the thing is, right, to go out and get meat and 2 veg like we did post-war, I cook every night, right? Now, I know my daughter will eat peppers, my 10-year-old will eat peppers, olives, fresh fruit every day. But a lot of people, Patrick, can't afford to do that. I've got a friend who works full-time with 2 babies and a teenager. She
Push-ups are free,
does
Tina.
everything.
Tina, doing a few press-ups, it's free.
No, listen, it's an accumulation of everything. We need people to be on the right track mentally and to enable them to focus on educating and cooking and time. You've got to remember, processed foods and takeaways are quick, snappy. And we live in a society that says, get everything now, instead of sitting at home at the table, having dinner together. And it's like Diane said, this active thing. I'm active, therefore my child is. What's in the cats and the kittens? You can also be predisposed, like she said, rightly so, to being genetically overweight. What we need to do is help people, not abuse them or call them out.
Look, Diana, do you think it's lazy for some parents to just throw their hands up and go, I'm overworked, these turkey Twizzlers cost £1, but a stir-fry costs £2 and all of this stuff? I mean, is that lazy? Actually, also as well, can I ask, do you think it's selfish for the future of society? Because they are going to be essentially spawning children that are going to have to get a load of care on the NHS, might not be able to work. I mean, is there any issues there with the parenting for you, Diana?
I think that the parents have got to answer, and they've got to, if they're good parents, they want the best for their children, don't they? They want to see their children achieve. And if their children are obese, excuse me, you've had your time. Excuse me for saying so, but surely the parents should therefore seek medical help to help those children get more advice on food activity. And those parents have got possibly lack of cookery skills. Perhaps it's time they went back to school themselves.
OK.
But Diane, the thing is, that isn't available. The NHS is in a crisis. Have you tried getting counselling or any education or information as a working single parent, which a lot of these people are, right? They haven't, it's not just about time and wanting to be, nobody goes up and says, I want to be a bad parent.
Do we have to teach everyone everything, though? You know, Diana, what do you make of that? The idea that we need to help people more to teach them arguably some basics. Is that a bit helpless, or is that what a kind society would do?
That's what a kind society will do and should do. Surely, if we have children, our first responsibility is to those children to get as much advice as we can do from wherever we can do. Certainly start with the medical profession.
OK, look, both of you,
totally agree. Totally agree, Diane.
We've managed to come full circle here. We've gone from rip-roaring head-to-head to a point of agreement, and I love to see it. Thank you very, very much, both of you. As former Shameless actress Tina Malone there and Green Goddess Diana Moran. So, look, who do you agree with, OK? Almost a quarter of English children are now obese at the end of primary school.